So hello friends, my name is Yarkash Parak. In this particular video, the idea is basically to mimic this particular UI, this thing, okay? And before doing anything, let me close all other tabs. So close other tabs. So basically, we have closed all the other tabs, and this is the UI which we'll try to mimic and which we'll try to recreate in this particular tutorial. So let's see how we can do it. The first thing which we'll be doing is creating a folder where we can do it. So we can say chat UI and hit create. So that will create a folder. Okay, it's here, and basically let's open it. Let's open it in Visual Studio Code. So we can say a code and a period and hit enter. So you'll the new code will be opened in Visual Studio Code. There you go. We have. Do you like this white theme? I don't like it. So let's change it to default. Control Shift P to change the theme. Color preference, which one? Mokai? Yeah, I think that would look nice. Now let's create an index.html file, which will be the main file where our UI will be living. And then let's grab, let's make the basic template. So let's name it a chat UI. The first thing we'll be doing is including Tailwind CSS in the particular thing. So let's mean Tailwind CSS. If you don't know what the Tailwind CSS is, it's actually a it's actually a CSS framework which helps you to design amazing things very quickly. That basically, this is not like Bootstrap where you have components and you just use the class. It's like, the very basic low level thing, and you just need to you can apply the styles individually using the classes. So that's very cool about this thing. So yeah, that's great. The next thing we'll be doing is searching for installation. So basically installation. Once you go to the installation, simply scroll down and you'll see this section, this particular section, which is says using Tailwind through CDN. So first of all, all these things which you see over here, all the cross things, you'll not get it if you use CDN. So it's not very much recommended to use CDN, and it's like recommended to use this thing with these frameworks. Where are those? These frameworks, which is Next.js, which is a kind of React. This is React. So React, Vue, and Angular thing. So it's recommended. Basically, we don't care. So just let's copy it. We just want to learn. So the concept is same every time, everywhere. Basically, of the Tailwind CSS. So the first thing I would like you to think of is like how this thing, this messenger layout, whatever the layout is, how it is laid out. Basically, that's what you have to think first. So if you see here, you have a sidebar. You can think of it like primary sidebar, then a secondary sidebar, and this whole content area where this chat is going on. Other than this, like this also has two sections, this top section and this bottom section where you can send the emails and all. So this is how you have to think and conceptualize the what do you say, the structure, the layout first before building anything. So let's now do that first. So this will be the div inside which all of our application will live. This will have three divs inside this. The first section, let's apply the styles to it. So let's say this will be width will be, let's say 12. Okay, and if you don't know about what I'm writing, like 12 and all, so if you go to the width and type width over here, so let's select all and let's say width. Okay, and you can go there and you can see if you go there, here is a list of all the, if I write 12, it will be 3 rem of width. Okay, so yeah, 12. Let's see if that will work, we'll be going with it, otherwise no. And one more thing, let's say that display flex. So the flex will do make it appear side by side instead of going down each other. So flex. Okay, so after that, what we'll do is we will give it some height also. The height will be the screen. So screen is height of the screen which you have. That's simple. And let's, for now, just seeing purpose, so that we can see, let's set it something like green 100, so that it's actually brightness, intensity, the color, and the property. The property is background, the color is black, and the intensity is 100. So that's how it is. So if I go to my website, okay, how will I see my website? For that, I'm using an extension that's called live server. So this helps me to serve my HTML file locally and whenever I save it, I see the changes like instantaneously. So I can open this with live server. In your case, it will directly open. In my case, it will not, because my Firefox is crashing due to some reason. So yeah, so let's go to localhost port 3000. Okay, and hit enter. And then after, what we'll do is like, okay, as I said, my Firefox is crashing, that's why. So basically, not 3000, we'll go to port 40, I think port 5500. So you can see this is the UI, and we can't see anything over here, right? We can't see what is there inside that thing. So let's go here and let's try to like you just close. So we have flex, and this is the thing. There's one particular thing inside that, and with a width this, and screen, we have the spelling of screen is wrong, so SCREEN. And let's save it. Now I think we can see it. Yeah, you can see that's the area where like this sidebar will be living. Okay, I think it's like a little bigger, so like after 12 it is 14, so just remember it is like 14, 16 like that. So 3.5 RAM will be, I think, enough. So we'll be giving 14 as the next thing. So we'll just go there and we'd say 14 and save it, and basically there you have it. That's the sidebar which we want. Other than this, we this secondary thing, whatever this secondary bar is, let's make that out. So how will you make it? Basically the same process. So let's copy this thing and we'll just increase the width. So we'll say this, let's see the width amount in the Tailwind CSS. So let's say this will be about like maybe 48, 12 RAM. Okay, so this will be about 48. Okay, and let's save it. So if once you save it, if you go, you'll see this, and basically you are seeing this both together because we have the same color. So let's change this to something like red. If you're thinking what we're doing right now, we're just laying out the layout. So we just want to finalize the final layout which we want. So this is the sidebar. Okay, and this is basically, this will be much more like, I think that's smaller in our case. So let's say it's 60 basically, which will be 15 RAM. So I think that would be fine. So let's set it to 60, which is like which is like this, I believe. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. And all the rest area, whatever is left, would be like for that that chat thing, okay. So let's do that. The next step will be to do that. So add that actually. So that's the div. The next thing which we have to do is we have to write a div and then give a class, and then we have to say like flex grow, and this is a property of the child of a flex element. So if we have like this parent is flex and its child's name is flex grow. So what you have to do is you have to like whatever space is left will be consumed by this particular thing. So, and the height will be screen only. We are writing outside this, so the height will be screen only. So that will be like whatever like the height is of the screen will be there. So like let's set the background as blue, and again 100, so that we can really see what's happening. You can see our basic layout is ready. The next thing is, if you remember, we will start by going to this thing and start making our layout. So if you see, this is also like a flex. We'll be setting the parent at flex, and we'll be setting the space between them as maximum, and this will be like one group, this will be the another group, and this will be the another group. So basically they will have the maximum amount of space between them, and the layout will be similar to what we have here. So let's do that. Okay, let's start. So first of all, what we'll say is we'll go to the first one and we'll remove the background. By the way, now we don't need the background, only for the first one. Okay, and let's start by making groups. Okay, so this will be the first group where only the icon is there. So let's see can we get the icon from this or not. Basically this is the icon. It's a polygon. I believe this is an SVG. Yeah, this is an SVG. And can we download it? I don't know. No, we can't. So let's copy this SVG and let's see can we do this or not. So Control C, like copy out of HTML, and once we do that, the next thing we'll be doing is pasting it over here. Okay, so basically we have to make 3 groups. The first group is this one, so let's paste it, and you can see this is the don't get confused what is this, just I've copied that SVG from there. And let's collapse this so that we don't get confused like what it is. I just do them like that, and let's collapse that. Let's say like this. Okay, let me that's fine. So that's our SVG image. Let's save it and let's see how does it look now. So in our website it's looking like that. It does not have the blue color. I don't know why, but that's fine. We don't care about the color right now, so let be. Why is the blue color not there? I think it has some classes, which we don't have in our application. So let's leave that. Next thing which we'll be doing is this is the we'll be setting some width and a height of this. Basically, let's give some padding so that this automatically becomes smaller. So what we'll do is like we'll go to the parent, which is this one, and we'll set some class. So we'll set padding is 3. So basically, that's same as, that's looking horrible. I agree. Just give a margin and let's see what happens. That also doesn't resolve our issue. So basically what we can do is, and one more thing, that's we have to set the flex direction. So the direction of the flex is like in the vertical direction. So we have to say flex call, that is in the column. Okay, we want this to be in column. Okay, like that. And there's some issue, I believe. Yeah, the issue is like everything is like becoming side by side. So that's why this is the thing. No, we don't have to do it over here. Sorry. This would be inside the sidebar, which is over here, this thing. We'll say flex call and flex, which is the first thing, like this parent. And I think that would solve our issue. Yeah, now we can see that actually solve our issue. The next thing which we'll be doing is simply ignore this SVG. So it's like simply I've copied from the website. Okay. And I'll be providing the website link in the description, so you by yourself can try to build this UI after watching this tutorial, of course. And simply see that you if you get stuck somewhere, you can watch this tutorial again, come back and watch, but try to build it yourself so that you get habituated with like creating UIs. So after basically we have to specify some width and a height, I believe, of this SVG. So this would not do our work, so let's remove this from here. Let's go and say class, and basically if you see, like, we have 14 width. Okay, so let's set it to 12, so that is not class fill primary. All these classes we don't have, so we can remove them, and let's save it. Yeah, you can see that's better. Now what we'll do is like we'll in the horizontally we'll make it center. So to do that, what we have to do is for like in the flow direction. What do I mean by in the flow direction? Like if you have the flex set to like in the row direction, so you have everything in row, so the justify content will affect in the flow of the direction, and items align will affect in the perpendicular of the direction where you have the flow. And if you have like all your elements, the parent element is in flex and all your element like laid in different columns, what will happen is the justify content will affect the main axis, which is in the flow, and the items align will affect in the vertical. That's the thing. So basically we have in the column over here, so we want items align center. So what we can do is, for doing that in Tailwind CSS, we have a class called items center, I believe. We can save it and let's see, does that do our work? Yes, that has centered it indeed. So let's do one thing. Let's also decrease the width a bit, and let's see how does it look. Yeah, that absolutely looks fine. The next thing which we'll be doing is I think it has some padding from the top, so let's give it some padding from the top. So we'll say over here in the SVG, we'll say padding top will be like 3, I believe. That would be fine. Let's see. Yeah, that icon now looks good. The next thing we want is all these icons. So let's see we can get these icons or not. So basically I think that is also an SVG. So yeah, that's an icon. Okay, let's try to find our own icon. So we'll be just putting any icon over there. This one will be chat. So for now, like, let's go to material icons. So we'll be just using the icons, because it's very easy to go and download from this website. Other website has lots of ads, and you have to click like 3 times and all, so I don't like that. So this is the most perfect website. So let's get like anything, like this will be home. Like we want an outlined icon, so yeah, that's home is not looking good. Which one? I believe this one. This one looks fine. And can we customize it? I don't know. No, we want a black one, right? We can change the color, of course. I know it is gray right now, so we can change it in the SVG file. So let's download it in the SVG file. So one gray, one home. What else we need? Like let's download 2 3, and we'll among them like one will be the message. So what will be there? This will be message over here, I believe. Message and message. So let's download this one. The next one will be what will be there. So I believe this will be people, person, something like that. So let's download this. So let's say person, and which one? I believe this one looks cool. We don't care about the icons right now. I just want to give you the concept, right? So yeah, and the next thing is we can like stack sort of thing. So stack. Yeah, I believe like which one looks good. I believe let's go with this. I don't know why bookmark, but let's go with this. I think we have four icons. One, two, three, four, five icons. Okay, actually it's here. So let's download one more icon. So you can just go with any of these. So which one looks good? I believe dashboard looks good. Okay, we have all the icons. So let's now quickly put them inside our Visual Studio Code. So let's create a folder called img. So this will contain all the images. Okay, okay, this will contain all our images. So what we'll do is like we'll go to the side, we'll drag our window like this sideways, and we can just drag and drop these things. Wait, okay, the next is this one. Not here, man, come on. I don't want to open it. Pass it to image. The next is this thing. Image SMS, something like that. We have 1 2 3 4. Basically that should be 5. Messages, do we have messages? Let's download one more, like let's say, and let's paste this there, and that basically will have like we have all the icons which we need. So now if you see, this will be in another group, like all the icons will be actually in a different group. So let's do that. Let's place all the icons in a different group. So where's my Visual Studio Code? It's here. Let's make it bigger. Let's close these things. Okay, let's close this one also. The next thing which we're doing is basically going to the middle part, the like the center part of the side thing. So basically what do you want to do is we want to basically show all these images. So we'll say image, the source is basically this image. Let's put the back bookmark, we don't care right now, and let's copy this 5 times. So 1 2 3 4 5 basically. And yeah, then now what we'll do is like we'll go to the image and we'll say check whatever this is. The third one will be of course the message one. So I think the SMS is the message one. The fourth one will be which one? Dashboard one. And which one is left? I believe we have done bookmark one, check one, dashboard one, directions is left. So that's it. And let's set it to flex and flex column, because this is going to appear one below other. So flex and flex call, and that's it. Let's save it and let's see how does it look. Let's go to our website. It is all here because we have added to the wrong place. Why we do this, I don't know. This is not going to be inside this thing. So all these things is not going to be inside this. So let's cut it here, and I believe this was the like one thing. Let's set it here, let's paste it there, and then we can say flex call whatever this is. We can cut this from here and paste this right over here. Don't get confused, like I've just by mistake put everything in the middle one, so that's why it was showing in the middle one. So let's save it, and I believe that should go. Yeah, you can see that appears below that. Now the third section will, all the things will appear in place after we just make all the sections. So let's make the settings section. So I believe we have settings, settings, where is that thing? Yeah, this one. So let's download it. Is that downloaded? Download that, man. Yeah, now it has downloaded that. The next thing which we have to do is like paste simply like that, and let's make it our make our browser again bigger, and let's go to this thing. Now we have settings. And the next thing which we have to do is put the settings in the last. That's as simple as like that. This will be like that, and the next thing is like put the image, and we have to say source is dot slash settings basically, and let's remove all these extra things which we don't require. So we don't require these things. Let's save it, and basically you can see all the things which we require is now here. Now we have to place them at correct place. How will we place these things in the correct place? We'll simply do what? We will say that this item center, right? So we'll say justify between, so that will like set the maximum amount of place possible between between the elements. So between between, I believe that's the thing. You can see all the things are at their correct places, right? So that's how it is, and there are like a lot of space between them, so we'll be fixing all those things right now. But yeah, for now, and let's make them lighter so that our icon is like a lot more darker than than there's that website. So let's make them lighter. So to make them lighter, what we can do is like, let's go to the each svg one by one, and there's some fill property, I believe, fill none, and there's like this one is the main part, so we can write fill over there. So let's slide the fill, and let's try to give some lighter color. So what could we do? Like slash hash ddd, that I think that will be extremely light. That's too much light, I believe. Actually, I don't remember the color code, so what we can do is like we can go here, we can just, okay, let's go and search for color selector. So that will like give us the color selector that will give us the correct color, I believe. So this is the gray, and I believe that's the perfect amount. Yeah, that's actually okay. So the hexadecimal value is this one, so we'll just copy that thing. And I'm sorry for the noise, actually there's a road just inside of my house, so yeah. So let's go to the svg and let's start pasting this there. So let's paste this there and save it, and let's see what do we get. Okay, yeah, it's a bit too light, and the font, like the icon itself is also very big, so that's a different thing story. Okay, let's make it a little more darker, little more darker. So maybe like this much would be like just this. Let's copy this thing. So let's paste this here, and we can just copy this from here, save it, and then what we have to do is we have to simply, what we should do, we have to do something. Okay, let's put that in every path. So let's go fill. Okay, and let's copy this thing, and let's do one thing. Let's put this in dashboard also, the same thing basically in the path. So let's say paste this there, settings, same thing, paste it there. Where is that path? Okay, it's here. So yeah, let's paste this. And SMS, we'll be not pasting it in SMS. The reason is quite simple, because the SMS will be blue and there will be a dot in just let's save all of them, and let's close all of them, and let's see how does it look. So let's go to our UI, and you can see that looks good, but we have forgot to like this checkbox to make this also great. So let's make that. So let's remove this thing. Okay, we are not getting the settings thing, so yeah, we have to do that thing also, I believe. Okay, okay, so I think that was like check or something like that, bookmark check circle, this one was there. It's not working. Why is it not working? I think I put that in a wrong place. So this is not the actual place where we have to put it. No, this is the place we have to put it. Like, no, this one actually, this is the main thing. So just save it. And now if you go, we have all the things, but like the message is not blue. So so what we have to do is like we have to make it blue, right? So let's select something like bluish color. My mission is not to make like exactly pixel perfect as like how it is there in that side, but I just want to give you the concept so you're comfortable with any kind of layout which you may get in the future. So this is like the thing. And what we want in the SMS, which is the so we can say fill is equals to basically hashtag something like this. Okay, we have given 2 times hashtag. Now let's see how does it look. Yeah, that's how it should be. Now let's give some space between them. So I believe so let's go to this. Let's give some space between them. How we can give space between them? We have to give say class and then give some padding in the x and a y direction. So this is like the y direction, so 3 pixel padding in the y direction. We have to do the same thing in all of them. So what we can do is like we can say control alt shift and we can hold down, so this will basically select all of them, and then we can paste this, so it's the same. So you can see now it looks better. Now if you see there in the C player UI, it has a dot and the size of all these icons are extremely small. They are like not extremely small but smaller than what we have. So let's select all of them, and let's say we want the size of this thing, like the width needs to be like pretty low, so that's 2. So let's see, do we achieve the same thing or like it is bad? It's too small, so let's make it a little bigger, so maybe 4, and not this basically. Okay, we just want to do it here and say control alt, and we want to say this should be 4. Okay, save it. Yeah, that looks good. I believe it will be a little bigger, like 6, I believe. I'm sorry because I don't know the exact size, so I'm just trying again and again to get the correct size. So let's save it. Yeah, it's bigger, of course. Now that becomes bigger. So I believe 4 was fine. Can we try 5? Do we have 5 as a size? I don't know. Let's try this. This is the last time I'm trying. Like, yeah, that's the most, like that's the perfect size. Now what we have to do is like we have to put that blue dot like below this this chat thing. So let's do that. So we can okay, we need the blue dot below this chat thing. How we can do this? So this all these properties, let what this for this SMS, let's cut this from here and let's create a different div for this thing, and let's apply this over here. So let's say class this thing over here, and let's paste let's cut this SMS icon also from there, and let's put it inside this thing. And what do you want? Let's set it to flex. So what happened, man? Okay, we have messed up this thing, so let's remove this thing. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we want to say flex justify between, not between, in the center. No, yeah, so justify center, items center, so that will like center everything which is there inside this. So this is the thing, and we want a dot. So let's say div some like let's give it a class, call it width 1, height 1, bg blue 700 or 800, and maybe like 500 will be enough. I think 500, and rounded full, that will like set full circle. Do we get anything? No, we don't get anything because we I think the width and height is too small. Let's set it to like 2, and let's see what happens now. Do we see anything? No, we don't see anything. Let's set it to maybe 4 and see what happens. It's not showing, man. I don't know why. Let's write something inside this. Let's see. Yes, there. Okay, the problem was that it was appearing in the side. Okay, so we forgot to like set the direction of this flex. So we have to say it like this should be flex column. So flex call. So that's will be basically flex. So you have written wrong spelling of flex. So flex. And basically now we can remove this and save it. So I believe that will give us the correct result. Our circle is very big because we were not able to see it. So let's set it to back to 1. Save it. Perfect. Now we got, you know, the basic UI setup. Okay, we we don't have the settings there, so let's put it up. Settings from SVG. Why is that not showing there? Why is that not showing there? Let's put it again. img source, whatever this is, image settings. Save it. What? Why is my setting, man? Let's do one thing, you know, due to this, you know, as we are giving this padding top 3, I believe, you know, that is creating an issue. So let's first remove that. Where is our, man, that's an issue. Okay, let's put it inside a div. So let's say a div, and let's say test and save it. And basically let's see how does it do. Yeah, it's in the perfect, like perfect, you know, place. So now let's, you know, give this and let's see what do we have. Yes, we have the correct thing, but this is not SMS, this is settings. So settings and save it. Why, man? You know, I think we have downloaded, you know, the settings was not downloaded properly. Yeah, so let's replace this. Whatever this is, settings, let's delete it. Yeah, move to trash. And I think, you know, a corrupted version of that settings was downloaded, so we'll just put it the better version now, and let's rename this function f2, and this same as like settings. I believe now it should work. Why it is not working? img / links, whatever this is. Save it. Now, yeah, you see, now it's working. Now it's working as intended. And one more thing, you know, let's put the padding back. So it was not the issue with the padding. So let's put the padding back here in the SVG. So we'll say padding top is 3 pixel. Okay, and let's do one thing. Let's you know, go to this thing and let's give it a class and call it margin bottom will be like 3 pixel. Why? Like, and that should like basically give us the clue. Yeah, and let's see how does it look in the real website. It's much more smaller, and it's like the same as all the other icons. So what we'll do is like we'll just copy all the classes of all the other icons, which is like this one, I believe. Oh, okay. Where is that? This is here. Let's give it a class. Let's give it that, and yeah, that's fine. And the color, so you have to change the color also as well. So let's go to the settings. Let's go to the other and let's see which color we gave. This was the color. So let's copy that thing and go to the settings and quickly like go to this place. Do we have another fill? No. So let's say fill is equals to basically this color, and save it. That's a benefit of using SVG. You know, you can modify it as per your requirement. So basically you can have the, you can see, you know, we have the sidebar exactly looking as, you know, not exactly, but it's similar to what we have it over here. Okay, if you have the exact icons, you can make it look like the same. Okay, so that's the sidebar. Now let's move forward and let's move let's make this thing. So first thing which we need to notice here is the background is a little bit gray. So let's do that. Let's make the background a little bit gray. So how we can make, basically you can, you know, I want just you to notice this is the first section. Okay, this was all of the first section. So this was the first section, and if I go to the second section, which is this one, we'll start building here. So we'll, you know, instead of red we want a gray background, and that to like 200, and that will basically like give us like, that's way dark. I believe 100 was just fine. Just, you know, save that. Yeah, that's fine. Now what we have to do is simply let's go to this site, and the next thing which you have to do is create this chats and whatever this thing is. So this will be like, yeah, this is scrollable. This is scrollable if you see. So we want to say overflow scroll, right? So we want overflow scroll basically, and this chats, let's put it there. Let's make this text. So first of all, we have a div which is a text. So let's give it a class, let's call it text and extra large, and maybe color, so that will be black only, and let's give it a padding of 3. See, does it is it similar to what we have there? Okay, we don't have any text, so let's name the chat UI. So let's save it, and yeah, you can see that that looks fine. So basically we have chats, you have chat UI, that look good. I don't have any issues with that, so we can say chats, save it. Yeah, that's fine. The next thing we have to do is we have to make this search bar, right? So let's make it the search bar. So how will you make it? Basically, if you see, this also has two sections. First, two sections. First is like this where you search, and the another one is this search button, right? So what we'll do is like we'll just create input. Oh, let's create a div which will have like which will contain everything. Now let's create an input. Basically the type is text, the placeholder is, what is the placeholder we have there? So it's like search for messages or users. So let's put it there, search for MESSAGES or users, dot dot dot, basically like that. And then we will have a button, like basically let's say it like div where the search icon will be there. So basically first of all we require the search icon, so let's get the search icon from here. Let's say search, okay, and this is the search, and let's download it. We have the search icon, so let's go here and let's paste it there. So So now we were here actually, we were building this, right? So let's do one thing. Let's make this thing. So let's see how we can do it. So we have this div, right? So this has the content div. So let's say, you know, this is the top part of the div, and we'll say that this should have a class called flex basically, and this will have, again, this will have two parts. So the first is the left part and the other one is the right part. So another one is the right part. So the left part has like something like, I think this has time, so let's give it 12 something am maybe. This has some message, so like some name. So let's say William, like William, and basically this is flex, and this is like flex. Why did I set that to flex? Like these two things, okay, yeah, these two things are there, and we want to say justify between, so that like we want the maximum of space possible between them. So yeah, it's like that, and it's looking not very good. So because, you know, we have the text size extremely large, so we'll fix it, don't worry. So we'll say, you know, this should have a text size extremely small, so we'll say text sm small, and text gray maybe 400. So let's save it and let's go to our this thing. Actually this should be smaller than this, so let's set it to extra small, XS, and save it. Let's see how this look. Yeah, it's better, and it is not setting it length, because, you know, the problem is that let's set it like this is the flex, right? So this one, let's give it a class and say flex grow. Basically we want like whatever space is left should be taken by this one. So now we can see it does work exactly how we want it. The next thing which we want is basically, you know, to give that text whatever text is there. So like, okay, this is black, and don't worry about this padding. We'll be of course giving some padding around everything, but for now it's okay. And it has some like message and all at the last, so let's give some message. So one more div, one more this is okay. So one more like this. Let's say this is really dope, and I am very whatever this is, we don't care, very dot space, save it. And basically if you go there, you have that, and we want to of course make it smaller and make it look better, so we'll do it of course. So what we'll do is like we'll say this should have class, this should have the text, this should be having extra small, and I don't want you to copy myself, like try for yourself, like what works for you. So text should be gray, and this should be like maybe 400 or 500 would be enough, and you know, this should be black. Okay, so this should be black, we don't want this to be like this. Yeah, okay, the name is black actually. This time, that's why, you know, I kept them in two different divs. So let's say this is 500, okay, and this should be also 400. Save it, that's fine, and let's center them and give some padding and also that this looks better. So flex grow, let's give it padding. So padding should be 3 around everything. So where's that? That's how it does look. So we want this only in one particular line. So for that, what we'll do is like we'll remove something like this. We'll say dot. Basically you'll have your program, in your real world program you'll have like special, what do you say, special special programs to check all these things. Now let's make this thing, this white. Yeah, so what was this? So this was the right, so we'll say a bg should be white, and white, and the rounded, like the rounded corner should not be full, should be large. Okay. That looks good, but we need some padding and all. Let's give that. Let's say it should be padding 2. Save it. Yeah, that look good. Actually, in the width of our container, this thing is actually small, so that's why this is looking like so much cringe. So let's increase the width of it so that this looks better. So where have we specified the width of this thing? So I believe over here. So we have set it to 60. So let's set it to 68 and let's see how does it go. Yeah, now it's better. Okay, so we have that thing, so we can set the all resting by yourself now. And like you can like, let's copy this thing few times so that we have few more. So we can say this, I believe this is the div in which it was there. So let's paste here like 2-3 times. I believe that's it. Save this, and okay, our battery is getting discharged. So let me put my laptop in charge actually. Back. Yeah, put it in charge. So now if you go and see, we have 2-3 times, and that's how it is looking. It's looking good. Okay, so let's now like change the names and all. And actually, you can think like you can set it overflow to scroll, and that will like scroll and all. So you can do it. Basically, we have like first I'm William. Let's set it to James. Let's set it to like this one like Bob, and this one to like Rohit. Yeah, let's save it. And I think different images would look awesome in this particular case, but still like let's move forward. Basically, this is the basic layout, and let's now design this thing. And if you focus, like this has like 3 sections in it. So this top section, this middle section, and this bottom section. So you can think of like this, if this like if we divide this full thing in like full thing in 12 parts, we'll give 2 parts to the top thing, 2 part to the bottom thing, so we are left with 8 parts for the middle. So that's the whole plan right now. So now let's do it. So basically the last part, here we go for the last part. So now basically, okay, let's give it a div, and let's start by dividing this. I don't know, let's creating layout. So we can give it a class called flex, not flex actually. Height should be, the width should be full, so whatever full width is present should be there, and the height should be actually 2 out of 12. 2 out of 12. Yeah. And the next section, now this is the first section. Okay, let's copy this thing. Let's set some background so that like we can really see. Background blue 100, maybe not blue, like let's set it green. Okay, and maybe, and one more thing, let's remove this blue from here. So this blue, and then maybe green, and then like again maybe a blue. So BG blue and 100, and let's set it like all the 8 parts would be this. So this should be 12, and this should be 8, and this like other 2 parts will be, if you're not getting this, like simply we are dividing the whole thing into 12 different, actually divide the whole thing into 12 different parts, and then 2 parts top, 2 parts bottom, and all the 8 parts should be the middle. That's a simple idea. Okay, let's do. So let's give it some, also let's give it a background color. So BG, maybe what should be there, red. Yes, RGB. Red, blue, green. Okay, and let's save it, and let's see how does it look. It is not having anything. We don't have anything. Okay, why don't we have anything? I don't know. Let's try to write something in between them. Let's see, like, do they have like the amount of height I want from them? Oh, they don't have. Yes, the height is actually not being like set properly. So what we can do is like, we can set the height as screen. So we have set it screen. Why it is not working? Height is 2 out of 12, 8 out of 12, 2 out of 12. Come on, man, work. Okay, let's go to the height thing, and let's see why this is not working. Like height, and let's see how we can set the height. So it's like 3 rem, we want to set it in percentage. So basically 5 is like 1 out of 5, and 1 out of 5, and then 3 out of 5. So that will like, that's like, let's just try that out. 1 out of 5, 3 out of 5, and this should be 1 out of 5 again. That will make like 5 out of 5, I believe. Yes, we finally did it, but it's looking horrible. I know that, because we are giving too much space to that. So what we'll do is, like, we will go for like further division, like 12 part. I think this is like, we have 6, but we don't have like much more than that. So let's go for 6, actually 6 out of 1, like that. So let's go for like 6 out of 1, and then 6 out of and there's like 1 section to this, and this would be 4, and save it. What do you say now? What do I say now? Now also it's looking terrible. So let's use flex grow now. Let's forget about the height, setting the height. So let's set it something like something like directly in rem. So let's set it like 4, and let's set like this to flex grow, grow, and let's remove this height. Let's say height 4, okay, and let's set it to flex, and let's say flex all. Now that would work just fine. Yeah, that is actually working how we wanted, but this is like, we are giving 2 less things. So this should not be 4. This should, like, let's say 14. Into 14. Let's save it. Okay, that looks fine. That looks fine. Okay, that's how we're dividing this particular section. So if you just go there, that's how it is. Now the next thing we have to make is this. So if you see this has like 2 things. First of all, this, and this search, and this menu icon. So let's make it. Okay, let me see it again. Okay. So where's my VS Code? So first of all, the image is there, so let's create a div for this particular thing. And first of all, the image is there, so image source slash image slash avatar, and let's give it some height and a width. So let's say class height would be like, it should be like, what should be 8, and width also should be 8, and we'll of course make it smaller. We'll make it 5. I believe that would be this fine. 5 and 5, and we'll say rounded to full, so that'll like make it fully circle. And what next? That's it. And basically below that, just after that, this image, we have 2 things. So basically let's make it div. So we have ideally the main section, the text section. So let's make it text, and let's say William. His name is William. And what else we have? We have this. So what else we have? We have this online thing. Okay. And okay, what we can do is basically we can use the same thing which we have used over here with that dot thing, and we can use it here. So how will you do that? I believe this is the first one. This is this thing, and this is the circle. Flex, whatever this is. Let's copy this and let's paste it over here, and I believe that will work as we want it to be. Let's paste this, and now we don't want this okay, actually we have copy pasted the wrong thing, so we want to actually do like with the navigation bar, right? So flex margin 3 James 12 and this one, yeah, this one is the thing which we want. So this is the thing. Let's copy this thing and paste it exactly where we need it. So we need it, we don't want this image to be there. Okay, paste this, and here we don't require this text. Save it, and basically that's how it is right now. Yeah, it's in the middle right now. Okay, one more thing, if the circle is not in the middle of this, so how we can make this in the middle of this? Simple thing, we have to set it flex. Okay, that needs to be flexed there also, that needs to be fixed on the top also. So flex justify between not center and items center, basically. Yeah, I will make it in the center. Yeah, you can see that. That looks absolutely fine. And the next thing which we'll be doing is, you know, why is this in center? First of all, we have to think about that. This is justify center. This is display flex column. Why have we set it in column? Like this, that should not be column. That's okay. Like if it is like that, that's okay. I think we have by mistake collapsed it. Okay. Oh, sorry. This was for that. Okay. Mistake. Control should do that. Yeah, save it. Yeah. Actually, you know, I think this is the flex wall. This is the first section, which is like this, and this div is taking all the space which is there available. So yeah, we don't want this flex to be there. Just take as internal. We just don't want it. We can save it like this. We can just move it like that. Okay, it's right now there. Hello friends, so okay, so we were here, right? So we were building this and this dot was at the wrong place, so let's fix that. So this is like you know, 4 hours after like you have watched just, you know, before, because I have some work. So let's find out where is the dot. I believe this is the dot and we have copy pasted that over here, and this was a flex and there was some issue, so this was like position relative left 3. Like let's remove this and let's see where it is, and then we can like really know where it should be. Okay, we do not have internet connected, and that's why this is happening like this. So let's connect the internet firstly, and our laptop battery is also going to be like going, so let's connect the battery also. Okay, let's connect the net, because you know, if you will not be connecting the Tailwind, because it is fetching the Tailwind CSS from the internet, I believe, so that's why. Okay, it's connected now. If we go and refresh this thing will show as it should be. So here is that. Okay, so actually that was correct. Just we have to do like a 6 and a 6. Yeah, because you know, in that thing that was in the center, that's why. Oh no, the left and the bottom is there, right? So the bottom should not be 6, bottom should be 3 only. Let's try this. Yeah, you can see that is exactly in the perfect place. Now let's go and see this again. You can see this here, and then you have this, you know, this name and then online tag there. So let's where is the VS Code, man? Here is it. So let's quickly code that. So this is the name, and basically this is the online thing which we saw there. So let's give it the class. Let's not give this a class. Here the class would be text XS, which is extra small. And where is that William thing, whatever we are talking about? I can't see them. The thing is, and now let's do one more thing. Like let's remove this is the first part, right? So let's remove this green thing. We don't require this now anymore, so we can save this, and basically this is the, and inside this we have this and this, right? So here this should be flex. Okay, and you can see the William there as we wanted. So after that, what we want is like, we want to make it like in the center, right? So we can say that align items center. Yeah, it is in the center. Now this text, like that, you know, this William is actually a very bigger, so we have to make it smaller right now. So we will say that class, the text should be SM, which is small. Sorry. Okay, Yeah, that's fine. And we have to give like in the image, this is the image, and this is let's make it like padding 3. And yeah, and like why it is appearing like a little bit of like, you know, below. So what we'll do is like this image thing has a width and height. Why we are like, this is not required. I mean, why will we like remove the image? This is not the image. Wait. So oh yeah, this is the circle and this is the image. So let's give a, you know, let's write like class padding 3 to this also. And let's see. Yeah, let's leave for now, like let it be like this, and we'll be fixing later on. Let's put these two icons, so icons will get in this only. So we have search icon we already have, and we need this icon, but yeah, so this menu icon, whatever this is. So we'll say menu over here, a menu. I believe this, no, this one, it's I think called more. So more, yeah, this one, word, whatever this is. So let's download this one. And okay, and let's place it in this thing. What happened, man? Sometime my computer starts becoming slow. I don't know why. So it's like more word, so that's the name, and we have to remember the name. So now what is the flex? I believe this is the flex, right? So this is the first part which we have created, and this is the first part of that, and this is, I believe, yeah. Then we can say here we can create another div, and we'll simply place these two images. The first one is the search one, and just remove these things. So give it a class, you know, width will be 5, height will be 5, and something like this. And let's copy and paste again, and let's change the image to like the search one is later on. This one is like, you know, I believe this one is more, so it's whatever this was, something like word, more word, whatever this is. Let's save it, and let's see how does it look. Of course it will not show because, you know, this is the, we haven't set it to flex, so it will go below this. So let's do that first. So, you know, here we have this, here we have this, and this will do like flex basically, and flex justify between. So we'll say justify between. So if you save this, and now if you go, why does this come here? Oh man, yeah, you can see these two things over here. Now let's go to our editor, and just we'll to appear to make it appear side by side, this one. So we'll set this to flex, and we'll say flex items align center. So I will say itm item center, or what is it, item center. Yeah, save it, and let's see what we get. Yeah, that's how we want it. The next thing is, you know, we have to make it like grayish color. Okay, it should be gray, and this by the way should also be gray. So what's that gray color? We have to first think like, let's go to color selector and select a like little bit grayish color. I believe that's fine. So we can copy this thing from there, and we can simply go to more word, whatever this is, and this is the path, I believe. Yeah, this is the main path. So we can set a fill over here. We can say fill is equals to, okay, save it. Same for the search thing. So where's the search thing? I cannot find it. Lens search, something like that it was. Yeah, this one. And I believe this was the main fill. Here it is. We'll say fill, save it, and now let's go and see our how it is looking. Yeah, that's fine, and we have to give some padding and all, so we'll be giving it right now. So we'll say, what should we say over here? We'll say padding. So I'll say padding should be 3. Save it, and basically now we have it. It's looking just perfect. Good. Now the next thing we have is the chat area. So this is the chat area. Where's the chat area? This is the chat area. There's basically two kinds of message. First is this one, and another this one. It's simple to make, so let's make it. First of all, if you see, this is like, you know, there's like flex, and all the things is bottom, like bottom, everything is in the end basically. So that's the aim, to set it everything in the end. Okay, so let's do it. Okay, first we'll do what we'll be removing this blue color, whatever this is we have kept for just for testing. So we'll remove that thing from there, and let's remove this whatever text we had before, and let's start making the messages. So let's say this will be a div message box. We'll say display should be this. This should be display. What happened, man? Come on, class. This should be flex, and then after flex, like the flex will be setting it like that. There will be two part, and flex will be side, and we'll say align. We'll say align. Wait for a second. Okay, so there was a call, so let's leave that call now. And flex, basically flex, and then we want items not in the center but items in the end basically. So this will, like, I already told you the concept of flex. It is like the main axis and the cross axis. Because it is horizontally aligned, the items will impact the vertical direction. So in the vertical direction, I want everything to go to the end position. So okay, that's cool. Now the first thing which we want is the image, so that will be an avatar. So image avatar, and basically we'll apply all the basic classes. So the class is first of all some width, let's say 8, some height, that will be also 8, rounded full, let's say rounded full. Anything else? No, I don't think so. Let's see. Okay, yeah, you can see that then the size match. The next thing is we'll be creating this box, whatever this message box it is. So message box is pretty simple to create. Just we have to say after this we'll say div, whatever this is, message box. So we have, like, the first is the heading. So we can say whatever this is, what will the William James, whatever this is. And the next thing what we'll do is, like, we'll give it a class, and we'll say we don't need to give it a class. Let be like this. The next thing we need is, I believe, the message, the actual message which is there. So this is some message from me, and let's write anything, and I am very, I think I can give Lauren Ipsum over here, so we can try that. We can write Lauren Lorem or M, basically maybe like 50 words will be enough. So that's how it is. Let's save it. Yeah, that's a very long message. I believe this should be like fine. So you have to type Lauren and the amount of word and hit enter, and you will get that Lauren Ipsum. So basically that's the message. And do we have anything else? Let me show you what's the impact. Okay, so we haven't set the width, that's why we are getting like this. And you can see we have this at the end in the cross axis. So yeah, that's this. And what we'll do is, like, we'll set whatever the width available is, it will be about 60% of that. Okay, so whatever the width available is, it will be about 60% of that. So we can give it like 4 out of 6. I think that will work. So this whole container, I believe this one should have a width, like this message container, I believe, this is the message container, right? So you can say this should have a width of 4 out of 6. So let's see, how does it look? Yeah, that's legit. Does that? No, that's way much more smaller. I think 50%. I think 50% will be much more better. So we can set like 3 out of 6, so that will be, you know, setting 50 at 50%. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Now what we'll do is like we'll just give the background and all, so that everything looks better. So we can say bg gray 100, save it. Okay, and let's give it rounded corners. So, and you know, if you see here that we have one, I think we have one corner which is not rounded. So if you see, like, this corner is not rounded, other than that every corner is rounded. So we'll just do that also, but for now, like, let's place it like this, and let's set like the padding and all, so margin and all. So let's say margin, there's a lot of margin, so let's set it like to 8, around 8. Why does this do like that? Okay, yeah, we are getting somewhere. Just we have to resize the font and give some padding in the image and all, but yeah, for now it is okay. We just, you know, let's give it a class, and let's say padding is 3, 3 padding, and let's go to image also and give it some padding. So basically we want a lot of space between these things. Okay, so actually that should not be padding actually. No, let's remove this padding in the image. We want margin, so we'll say margin 3, save it. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Now we can see that the next work is to, you know, change the size of the text and all. So everything is like very small, extremely small. This is black, and this is like, there's an extremely small text called 8 minutes ago, that also we have to make. So let's do it. So this is like, you know, let's give it a class called text sm. Let's give it also a class, call it text extra small, so xm, extra small, no, extra small, xs actually. And then after that we need like the color. This should be like text should be a gray color, and that should be like 400 gray, I believe. Yeah, that looks absolutely fine, I believe. And then like this 8 minute ago is there, so let's write that 8 minute ago. So div 8 minutes ago, and let's give it a class, let's give it a style, because we don't have more like smaller text than that. So we can say style text size, font size. Okay, font size, like what should we say, 8 pt, like just the first time we are using only style. So yeah, that's fine, I believe, you know, that's okay. I'm okay with it, and that should be like even lighter than what is there in that. So actually, let's make it extra small, so we don't care. So class text extra small, and then the color is gray, and this should be lighter than that. So let's say it 300. Let's see how does it look. Yeah, actually it didn't work, because, you know, that side thing didn't work. Let's see how we can make it work. So color gray 300. That's not color actually, that's text. So yeah, actually that's not visible though, that's an issue. So we can increase this by, like, we can say this should be the 400, and this should be 500, and that will be like, I think, fine. Yeah, that's better. That's way much more better. Now we just have to like round off the corner. So let's see how we can do it. Basically, you have to see, like, let's say border radius. I used to forget it, like how we can do it. So the top, so basically it will say for top left, top right. Okay, so, you know, we can set it for top. So say border, basically, you know, we have to go to the, like, I believe over here, and we can say a border. Basically we want border of the top to be MD, which is medium, and save it. Let's see whether it is working also or not. Why this does open this one. Let's go to chat. It didn't work, man. It didn't work. Let's set it like individually. I'm comfortable with this. Top left, top right, bottom right, whatever this is. Let's do it. And we'll be saying LG for large. Okay, so we'll be saying large, like so. BORDR top left and LG large. Let's copy this, paste it over here. Top right also we want. Bottom left we want. No, bottom right we want. The left should not be there. I don't think that would work. And we have to say border. First of all, border. What was it? Let's see. First of all, you have to say like this is exactly what we want. So border B, right, LG, rounded RLG, like top. What does that mean? Like, okay, these two things we basically require like 3 sides. So how we can do this? It said rounded, so we have to say rounded LG. I'm getting confused on this one, I think. Yeah, it's working, but like this has applied for all the direction. Oh well, let be for now. We'll say like border. Why we are saying border? That should be rounded, right? Why we are saying border? We don't require border. Yes, I just remember now. So it's a rounded top left should be like this, and I think if that works, we can apply it to all the things. Yeah, that works. So basically top left, we just just let me DM. Let's remove this bounded to rounded, and let's remove this thing, and I believe that would work exactly how we wanted. Yes, you can see that worked exactly how we want. So that's great. The next thing we have to do is we have to make these things, this blue one with text white. So what we'll do is like what we will do is we have to place it in different container, then like align it to the end and all. So flex, I believe, whatever this is. Let's start building the next one. So basically this is I believe the thing is there, and this was a place where we created this. So okay, so after this we have to build the second message. It will be exactly as like this, but there will be few differences. So let's copy this up. Let's copy this whole thing up. Copy this, paste this. The thing is, this image will be after this content. So this image will be after this, I believe, this content. Yeah, save it. Yeah, and this should be like aligned that side. So to do that, what we need to do is, and let's change the size. So let's say this will be Lauren something like 10. It's called Lorem, and why did I say like Lauren? I don't know. Let it be. So that should be like that, and this is inside a container, right? So this is flex. So what we want is the width should be this, but let's place it inside another container. Why we are doing it, I'll tell you once we do this, and then we can say class flex justify, like in the main access, and so this will like place this content in the end of this particular thing. Yeah, we have aligned this inside like this side, and then after we have to make this blue and every color like white. And one more thing, this rounded thing, we just have to do it for the bottom left instead of bottom right. Yeah, And now the background color will, like in this case, in the last case, the background color will be, where's that background? Gray. Yeah, gray. Instead of gray, this will be blue, uh, and quite dark blue, so we'll say blue, and it will be like 600. So let's see how does it look. Yeah, I believe that's fine. And now we can start changing the colors. So we can say this thing should be white, so text white, save it. And this should be like gray, but a very light gray, something like that. Yeah, let's see how does it look there. So there's like, okay, in this they don't have the name and all, so that's fine. And that's like completely white, so we don't have any name, so we can remove this name thing. And this is like completely white, so text white. And this is grayish, so this is like, I believe 200 will be fine. Yeah, that's looking good. That's looking good actually. Okay, so we have made this chat thing over there. Now let's move forward and let's go like this bottom. Let's make this bottom thing, and let's see how we can make it. So let's go and see how does it look. So this is how it looks, and I believe there's like small line over here, and there's a small line over there also. So let's put that line there. So we can do this by going to this section. This like we have coded like 200 lines. See, this is not coding by the way, but still, like whatever it is. I think flex grow. Yeah, this is the part, and this is like the part above it. So we to just select this and go to its beginning. This is the beginning, and we can say border viewer dear border bottom. Let's see how we can set a border over here. I don't know actually, so let's search for border, whatever this is, border color. Let's search for it. So basically here, if you see, it's border 2, and then the name of the border, whatever this is, like let's say border top, border bottom, whatever the size you want. So basically border bottom we want, so of like 1 pixel. So we'll say border bottom 1 pixel, and border, the color of the border, so border, and this should be gray, so gray, and maybe like 300. Save it. Can we see something? I cannot. Let's set it to like 2. Let's set it to 2 and see what happens. So let's set it to 2. So we can set it like, we can say this should be 2, and border gray, and let's set it like little darker, so let's say 500, so that we actually can see what's going on. Where is that? Okay, leave the border right now. We'll think about that later on. So let's now completely, like, let's now build this. So building this is simple. Just we have to make this grow, and basically we want these 3 things. The send icon also we want. Okay, man. Oh, I'm tired. Okay, so let's make this import thing. Let's go to the last section quickly. Where's the last section? This is the last section. So let's make this import thing. We can say import and text, and we can say class, and we can give like class, what kind of class we want. And by the way, this will also be a flex, so flex like that. So this will be like flex grow, so that whatever amount of size it can grow, like grow simply. And we want this to be what, like that. And focus outline none, like this will do what, this will, like if you go to the R case, type your message, something like that, and let's say type your message there. So placeholder, type your message, type whatever this is, type your message, whatever this is, and we just have to specify some, I believe, some amount of padding x and padding y, so in the y direction. So it's a, what happened, man, come on, the margin in the y direction should be 6. Let's see how does it look. That's looking crap. That's looking pure crap. So this margin direction was like a very bad decision, so let's remove that. And one more thing, let's remove this red color, whatever we have here. So basically that. And actually, if you see there, like if you see, go here, actually there's some space between this thing and this thing. So let's put it up there. So we can do, like, in the parent only, we can say padding in the x direction should be 6 maybe, or 3 maybe. 3 would be fine, I believe. Yeah, that's fine. So I think you can click type your message over there. The next thing we have to give is the 3 buttons. So let's search for those icons. We need first send icon, whatever this is, and we'll be rotating it to make like what we want basically. So we'll say send icon. We want this thing called send. So let's download it. Okay, and let's paste it whatever in the image where we have, and let's now use it. Actually, we have some other images as well, I think. Let's go and look. We want an attachment and an emoji. Attachment and an emoji. So this will be attachment, which is this one. Let's download this quickly, and an emoji. So let's say maybe happy. Yeah, I believe this one would do the work. Okay, man, if you are still watching, salutes. Amazing, man. If you're still watching, thank you for watching this tutorial. I'm extremely tired, you will also be extremely tired, but we have gained something, so just be happy. Okay, yeah. So this is the thing, I believe, the send thing we haven't added. What, we already have send. Okay, so now let's quickly remove all these things, and let's go to this, what do you call this thing, and we have the emoji, then attachment, and then send. So let's put all these 3 things quickly. So where's my this thing? Yeah, here it is. So we'll be putting all these 3 images over here. So we'll say image, source, something like image, and this, first of all, we have emoji, so whatever this is, and we don't want this, any of these things, and we want we'll say class some width. So width will be 5, I believe, and let's copy paste this. So first we want an emoji, then we want an attachment. We have no suggestions, how come? Attachment, and then after, what we want at last, we want an send button. So send button, yeah, and let's save it. And yeah, we have all the 3 things which we require. Then after, what we have to do is we have to give some padding to these and basically change the color and all. So let's do it. So we will see, like we have to give some padding and all. So let's go and select this thing, and we can say padding basically 2, and save it. Where am I am lost. Okay, man, we cannot give padding, sorry. Oh, let's remove that padding. Not padding, giving padding no shrinks your image down, so that's a bad thing. We can give margin, like, would that help, like if we give margin to, I don't know. Yeah, that helped. Then after, what we have to do is like we have to like go and make this send button blue and all. So let's do that. Let's make this send button blue. So we can do this by, this is the send button, right? Let's place this inside another some div, and this margin to cut, and then basically uh, okay, let it be there. So margin 2, we don't care. We That's okay. And then we can set a class and we can say bg blue, I believe 600, and we can say rounded full, save it. Yeah, that's looking terrible, I know, because we haven't set width and height, so we have to do that. So it's set width will be 5 and the height will also be 5. Oh man, come on, just happen quickly. Just it is not coming in the center. And also what we can do, let's set it flex, uh, justify center, and align center, I think it is at item center, not align center. Items center, save it, go to this place. Yeah, that actually helped. The next thing we'll be doing is removing the margin from here and setting up padding over here. So we'll say padding something like 2, I believe. That makes the work terrible. Setting a padding and margin is like quite risky because it ruins your hard work. Let's do one thing. Let's go back. Let's apply all these things not directly. Okay, wait. Okay, how we can make that circle happen there? So okay. Okay, I believe we are done. Okay, so you can do the circle thing by yourself. Just try to do it. Right now we are done. You can see the UI is complete and we have made all these things, because I'm extremely tired now. So thank you for watching this tutorial. If you're watching till now, you're really dedicated and you're really gonna achieve something in your life. So that's great, because this type of dedication is not normal. So if you're watching till now, thank you. And this was the UI. I hope so you learned something, and have a great day. Bye bye.